But would
ahead.
you take Antonio Brown or JuJu Smith-Schuster, who's now the number one target over there in Pittsburgh? Where do you lean?
I lean towards Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I do too. So
Where
I
do you
guess
lean?
I lean Brown as well. I was hoping we get into a little debate here, but I lean
No,
Brown as well.
I mean, let's look at Juju. I mean, and look, the Steelers are obviously a much more established commodity. Okay, but like Bell's gone. Now, granted, Bell wasn't there last year, so maybe don't
Yeah.
read too much into that. Roethlisberger is just a year older. I mean, he already doesn't look like he used to look. I mean, yeah, he's still a really good quarterback. He's an excellent NFL quarterback, but I mean, like, he's not what he used to be. He's a year older. He just lost the guy that's opposite him. I mean, like Antonio Brown. Playing opposite Antonio Brown's pretty nice. I know I've seen the splits. And I got to say, the thing, the splits as far as Juju playing with Antonio Brown and without him, the thing that jumped out at me the most about that is like, wow, Juju's really good, because I don't think he was like markedly better with or without him. He seems like the guy pretty much produces. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what made me, and that's what still makes me a little bit nervous here, is the fact that you're now going from a clear-cut number 2 attention point of the defense to now the clear-cut number 1. But he's had that happen in the past. Only 3 games so far in his young career that's happened. But the splits are very good in that. He actually averaged 4 more fantasy points per game from 13 to 17. He handled the higher targets and all that quite well. He scored in all 3 games that he had without Antonio Brown, including a monster 9-catch, 143 1 TD effort in Week 17 versus the Browns last year. So this guy has gotten it done without Brown. I am nervous, though. I mean, now that he is the clear cut, you can prepare for him and know that this is the one guy you got to take out of the game. That makes me nervous. The vacated volume is enormous. There's over 240 targets available now with Jesse James and Antonio Brown out. That's the third highest target share in the NFL that's been vacated, and the second most air yards.
That's a value hole right there.
Absolutely, an absolute value hole that Juju's stepping in and filling. 2,547 available air yards from last year. That's got to go somewhere. And
not air yards.
What's that?
Air target. You said air yards. Air targets.
So 240 targets and 2,500 air yards. So I mean,
that's way different. Okay.
That's a significant amount of yards and targets for sure.
A big piece of the aerial pie.
Absolutely, and he is, of course, the main guy to step in and go and take that. I do think he's talented enough to succeed without Antonio Brown, but there is a definite bigger risk with this guy coming into the year. So for me, if it's an Antonio Brown or Juju debate, and I've seen guys, fantasy giants like Evan Silva of Roto World, who I do respect very much, come out and say it's absolutely Juju, and it's not even close at this point. And to me, just yes, I get the QB differential, but the risk of now facing number 1 attention for the first time, it offsets that for me, and it favors Antonio Brown, in my opinion.